There's a quiet moment in the middle of the night when you wake up, look around, and wonder why your mind is suddenly so alert while the world is fast asleep. Maybe it's a rush of thoughts, a flicker of worry, or a feeling you can't quite explain. For many older adults, these moments become familiar, repeating night after night until they feel frustrating or even discouraging. But what if the way you speak to yourself in those moments could change everything? What if a gentle mindset, a calm inner voice, and a little self-compassion could guide your body back toward rest more powerfully than you ever imagined? This idea isn't just comforting, it's deeply transformative because the mind has an incredible ability to shape how the body responds. And when the mind feels safe, the body begins to relax, stress softens, and sleep becomes easier to return to. Tonight, as we explore the strength of a positive outlook and the healing power of kindness toward yourself, remember this: your sleep is not broken, your body is not failing, and peace is still possible, even in the quiet hours before dawn. A single calming spoonful can become one of the simplest, most comforting nighttime rituals, especially for older adults who struggle with waking up in the middle of the night. When the mind feels alert and the body feels restless, this small moment of nourishment can act like a gentle whisper to the nervous system, telling it that everything is safe, everything is calm, and everything can slow down again. Imagine waking up suddenly at 2 or 3 a.m. with your thoughts swirling faster than your heartbeat. The room feels too quiet, the darkness feels too heavy, and your mind begins racing in a way that makes falling back asleep feel impossible. In this moment, you don't need anything complicated. You don't need to analyze your thoughts or fight your restlessness. Sometimes the body simply needs a grounding signal, a warm, soothing cue that helps it shift from nighttime alertness back into relaxation. That is where a single spoonful of a natural calming ingredient becomes powerful. Honey, for example, has been used for generations as a natural comfort food. Its warm sweetness can signal the brain to release serotonin, which later converts into melatonin, the hormone associated with sleep. More than that, honey gives the body a small, steady release of glucose, something mild that can help the brain feel reassured during the night. When older adults wake up because their mind becomes too active, sometimes a very small amount of a natural carbohydrate tells the body that it can let its guard down. This doesn't mean honey acts like medicine or performs miracles, but it does help create a moment of calm that the mind often needs. When you take a slow spoonful of honey, feeling its texture and warmth, your brain receives sensory signals that are comforting. These signals pull your attention away from stressful thoughts and guide you back into your body, allowing your heartbeat and breath to settle. Chamomile works differently, but with a similar purpose. When taken in tea or mixed into warm water, chamomile contains naturally soothing compounds that interact with the body's relaxation pathways. But even beyond chemistry, chamomile is a symbol of comfort. Many people associate its aroma and flavor with peaceful evenings, quiet nights, and gentle unwinding. When you wake up at night and take a spoonful of chamomile-infused liquid, it becomes more than a herbal remedy. It becomes a ritual of reassurance. The warmth soothes your chest, the flavor softens your mind, and the act of sipping reminds your entire being that rest is possible. Chamomile doesn't force sleep, instead it invites it. It creates the conditions where the body can slow down naturally, where the mind can unclench, and where tension can melt without pressure. Almond butter offers yet another kind of calm. It is rich in magnesium and healthy fats, two nutrients that help relax muscles, support steady blood sugar levels, and stabilize the nervous system. For older adults who wake up because of nighttime hunger or body tension, a small spoonful of almond butter can bring balance back into the system. Its creamy texture is grounding. You feel it slowly settling in the body, giving you a sense of warmth and fullness that makes it easier to return to bed. Unlike sugary snacks or heavy meals, almond butter gives long-lasting calmness without waking up the digestive system too aggressively. It is a tiny dose of nourishment that tells your body it has enough, it is safe, and it can rest again. But what makes this idea so powerful is not just the ingredients themselves, it is the ritual, the experience, the moment of quiet connection you create when you take that single spoonful. When you wake up during the night, your brain often shifts into a state where it feels responsible for protecting you, thinking through old memories, imagining future worries, or analyzing every detail of your day. This mental activity is not harmful, but it is unnecessary at night. A spoonful of something calming interrupts that cycle gently. It gives your brain something to focus on that is simple, soothing, and real. It helps ground your senses so you come back to your breath, your heartbeat, and your physical presence instead of spiraling into thought. The act of walking to the kitchen, taking a spoon, choosing your calming ingredient, and feeling it touch your tongue can become a mindful practice. You begin to associate this ritual with safety, with quiet, with returning to rest. Over time, your body learns this pattern. The very moment you taste honey or almond butter, your brain begins releasing signals that help you unwind. Your muscles loosen, your breath deepens, your shoulders drop from your ears, and little by little, your thoughts begin to quiet themselves. For older adults, nighttime awakenings can feel frustrating or even discouraging, especially when sleep has always been a peaceful part of life. But this gentle, simple habit reminds you that you are not powerless. You do not need to toss and turn endlessly. You do not need to lie awake feeling trapped in your thoughts. You have a small tool at your fingertips that can help shift your mind into a more peaceful state. This single spoonful is not meant to cure insomnia or replace professional advice. Instead, it is meant to restore confidence in your body's ability to relax naturally. It is a reminder that comfort still exists, that rest is still possible, and that even at night, when everything feels silent and heavy, you can create a moment of warmth and reassurance for yourself. The beauty of this ritual is its simplicity. You don't need equipment, medication, or complex routines. You just need a spoon, a calming ingredient you enjoy, and a willingness to slow down. This practice also encourages self-compassion. Instead of feeling frustrated when you wake up at night, you learn to respond with patience, curiosity, and care. You shift from thinking, "Why is this happening to me?" to "What does my body need right now?" And that one shift in mindset reduces stress immediately. Stress thrives on resistance. Calm grows through acceptance. So when you find yourself awake when you don't want to be, remember that rest does not always come instantly. It often comes from small choices, gentle actions, and consistent habits that tell your brain it can let go. A single spoonful, just one simple moment, can guide your body back toward the softness of sleep, the peace of quiet hours, and the comfort of knowing that you have the ability to soothe yourself whenever you need it. A nutrient-rich diet filled with magnesium, antioxidants, and healthy fats can become one of the most powerful foundations for improving stress levels and deep sleep, especially for older adults who often notice their sleep patterns changing with age. When the body does not receive the nutrients it needs to regulate hormones, support the nervous system, and repair itself overnight, sleep becomes lighter, shorter, and more easily disrupted. But when your meals nourish you from the inside out, your body becomes calmer, your stress levels soften, and your nights begin to transform in ways you can actually feel. Food is more than fuel, it is information, and every bite you take sends signals to your brain and hormones telling them either to activate stress or to release tension. When the diet is rich in magnesium, antioxidants, and healthy fats, the message your body receives is one of balance, safety, and deep restoration. Magnesium is often called the relaxation mineral because it plays a key role in calming the nervous system. As people age, magnesium levels can naturally drop due to lower absorption, dietary changes, or increased stress. This deficiency can make the muscles feel tight, the heartbeat feel irregular, and the mind feel restless at night. But when you include magnesium-rich foods such as leafy greens, almonds, bananas, avocados, oats, pumpkin seeds, and dark chocolate, your body begins to relax more naturally. Magnesium helps regulate cortisol, the stress hormone that often spikes at night and wakes you up unexpectedly. When cortisol is controlled, your mind stops racing, your muscles soften, and your chances of falling into deeper sleep improve. Each magnesium-rich meal becomes a gentle reminder to your nervous system that it can let go of tension. Antioxidants offer another extraordinary layer of support for deep sleep because they reduce inflammation and oxidative stress within the body. As we age, inflammation tends to rise slowly, affecting digestion, joints, energy levels, and even the brain. This inflammation can disrupt sleep cycles and lead to frequent awakenings during the night. Antioxidants found in vibrant foods like berries, spinach, tomatoes, carrots, apples, turmeric, and green tea help calm this internal stress. They protect the cells, support the brain, and improve blood flow. When your body is less inflamed, it becomes easier for your hormones to find balance. Melatonin production improves, the brain rests more deeply, and your sleep cycles grow steadier. Antioxidants are like tiny bodyguards working silently through the night, ensuring that your cells can repair and rejuvenate without interference. When you fill your meals with colorful fruits and vegetables, you're not just eating for health, you're eating for peaceful sleep. Healthy fats are equally essential for stabilizing stress hormones and supporting deep, sustained rest. Fats like omega-3s and monounsaturated fats found in salmon, walnuts, chia seeds, olive oil, flaxseed, and eggs nourish the brain and support the production of calming neurotransmitters. Many people don't realize that the brain is made up largely of fat and relies on healthy fats to function. When the diet lacks them, the brain becomes more reactive, more stressed, and more easily overwhelmed. But when you nourish it with omega-3s and other good fats, your emotional resilience improves, your mood stabilizes, your hormones regulate more smoothly, sleep becomes easier because your internal world feels less chaotic. Eating healthy fats throughout the day also helps stabilize blood sugar, preventing those nighttime dips that can wake you up without warning. When your blood sugar is steady, your mind remains steady too. The combination of magnesium, antioxidants, and healthy fats creates a powerful harmony inside the body. It supports the adrenal glands, the organs responsible for producing stress hormones. With the right nutrients, these glands can function smoothly instead of overworking. When your adrenal system relaxes, cortisol becomes balanced, allowing your body to rest when it is supposed to rest. Stress hormones are not the enemy. Your body needs them, but they must follow a rhythm. When you nourish yourself correctly, this rhythm becomes balanced again, especially at night. What you eat during the day also determines how deeply you sleep at night. A nutrient-rich breakfast sets the stage for stable energy levels, reducing stress-induced cravings later. A balanced lunch keeps your mood steady. A calm, nourishing dinner prevents late-night hunger or hormonal spikes. Every meal becomes an investment in your nighttime peace. Imagine starting your day with oatmeal topped with nuts and berries, enjoying a midday plate of greens drizzled with olive oil, and ending the evening with salmon and vegetables. These simple choices support your cells, your hormones, and your emotional well-being. They gently train your body to rest more naturally. Many older adults don't realize how connected digestion is to sleep. When the body has to work too hard to break down food, especially heavy or processed meals, it disrupts natural repair cycles. But nutrient-rich foods are easier for the body to process, leaving more energy available for healing and deep rest. Magnesium helps relax digestive muscles. Antioxidants reduce gut inflammation. Healthy fats support nutrient absorption. And when your digestion works smoothly, your sleep becomes smoother too. Food also affects the mind on an emotional level. Nutrient-rich meals create feelings of stability, comfort, and clarity. When your brain receives the minerals and fats it needs, your thoughts feel more grounded. Stress doesn't overwhelm you as easily, worries seem quieter, and this mental calmness carries into the night. You begin to feel the difference not only in your energy, but in your sense of peace. This calm becomes a habit, a rhythm, a natural flow your body remembers. Over time, a nutrient-rich diet begins to reshape your entire relationship with sleep. You no longer depend on habits that disrupt rest. You no longer feel powerless when you wake up at night. Instead, your body functions like a well-supported system, capable of regulating itself. Stress hormones no longer spike suddenly. Your heart rate stays lower. Your muscles relax on their own. Your mind feels clearer. Your sleep becomes deeper and more restorative. You begin waking up in the morning feeling refreshed instead of fatigued. And it all starts with choosing foods that nourish you, foods that speak to your body in a language it understands. When you give your body the nutrients it needs, it rewards you with stability, calmness, and deeper sleep. You are not too old to improve your sleep. You are not too late to change your habits. Your body is still capable of healing, adapting, and thriving, and the food you choose each day becomes the foundation for that transformation. Light daily exercise holds a quiet kind of power that many older adults underestimate, especially when it comes to releasing tension, balancing hormones, and improving nighttime rest. Movement does not need to be intense, exhausting, or complicated to transform the way your body feels. In fact, gentle activity often has a deeper and more calming impact than hours of strenuous workouts. When the body moves slowly, intentionally, and consistently, it begins to release the stress stored in your muscles, soothe the mind, and encourage your hormones to function in a more natural rhythm. For older adults who wake up frequently at night or find it hard to fall asleep, this kind of movement can become a true anchor that grounds the body and supports peaceful rest. Imagine taking a simple walk early in the morning, feeling the cool air brush against your skin, hearing the quiet sounds of the neighborhood waking up, feeling your muscles loosen with each step. This small act signals to your brain that the day has started with purpose. As your breathing deepens and your heart rate rises slightly, your body begins releasing endorphins, those calming feel-good chemicals that melt away tension and lift your mood. These endorphins are natural stress relievers, and the more often they circulate through your system, the lower your overall stress levels become. Lower stress leads to lower cortisol levels, and lower cortisol levels make deep sleep far more accessible. This is one of the ways light exercise becomes a powerful tool for nighttime rest. Gentle stretching or slow yoga can offer the same benefits in a different way. When you stretch your arms, roll your shoulders, or lengthen your legs, the tightness stored from years of sitting, thinking, worrying, and aging begins to release. Many older adults carry physical tension without even realizing it. Tight hips, stiff backs, clenched jaws, and rigid shoulders. All of this tightness can affect sleep because the body struggles to fully relax when tension is stored in the muscles. Slow stretching throughout the day encourages the body to soften. It helps blood flow more freely, delivering oxygen to joints and muscles that crave relief. As the muscles loosen, the nervous system also relaxes, creating a sense of internal calm that naturally prepares the body to rest deeply at night. Light exercise also influences hormones in a powerful way. When the body moves gently and regularly, it supports the proper function of the endocrine system, which controls hormones like cortisol, insulin, serotonin, melatonin, and adrenaline. For older adults, hormonal balance becomes more delicate with age. The body may produce stress hormones at the wrong times, or melatonin may decrease, or the body may become more sensitive to small stress triggers. But movement helps regulate these processes. When you walk, stretch, or practice Tai Chi, your body learns to release cortisol earlier in the day rather than allowing it to spike at night. At the same time, movement encourages the brain to produce serotonin, the mood-stabilizing chemical that later converts into melatonin. This creates a healthier, more natural sleep cycle where the body winds down smoothly in the evening. Another often overlooked benefit of light exercise is improved circulation. As we age, blood flow becomes less efficient. This affects everything: energy levels, muscle recovery, digestion, brain clarity, and sleep. Gentle movement increases circulation, bringing nutrients and oxygen to areas that need support. Better circulation helps reduce physical discomfort, swelling, or pain that might otherwise interrupt sleep. When your body feels more comfortable, more open, and more supported, it becomes easier to settle into bed without tossing and turning. Breathing also changes with light exercise. During slow walking or stretching, the breath deepens naturally. You inhale more fully and you exhale more completely. This kind of breathing stimulates the parasympathetic nervous system, the part responsible for rest and relaxation. Many older adults breathe shallowly without noticing, especially during moments of stress or inactivity. Shallow breathing keeps the nervous system in a state of low-level alertness, which interferes with sleep. But exercise teaches the body to breathe deeply again. It retrains the lungs and signals the brain to relax. Deep breathing during the day becomes deep breathing at night, helping you fall asleep more easily. Even balance and posture play a role in sleep. Light exercise improves the alignment of the spine, the strength of the core, and the stability of the legs. When your posture improves, your body holds less tension, Your lungs expand more fully, and your muscles work in harmony instead of straining. All of these changes contribute to more restful nights. Many older adults wake up because of discomfort, stiffness, or aching joints. Gentle movement during the day helps reduce this nighttime discomfort by improving physical alignment and muscle support. There is also an emotional benefit. Exercise can become a comforting routine, a moment of the day you look forward to. It gives you a sense of independence, control, and accomplishment. When you know you've taken care of your body, even in small ways, your mind feels at ease. Emotional stress is a major cause of poor sleep, but light exercise creates emotional resilience. It gives you a mental space to breathe, to process feelings, and to release thoughts that might otherwise keep you awake at night. Simple movements like lifting your arms, rotating your spine, or taking steady steps can calm the mind more effectively than hours of thinking. For older adults who may worry about safety or mobility, light exercise is gentle enough to adapt to any ability level. You can sit in a chair and stretch. You can walk in your living room. You can hold onto a wall for balance. The goal is not intensity, but consistency. Even 5 to 10 minutes a day can shift your sleep patterns. The body responds to repetition, not strain. Over time, these small movements accumulate into something powerful. Another beautiful benefit of light movement is the connection it builds between your body and your mind. Many people go through their day disconnected from their physical sensations, unaware of how stress affects them. But exercise reconnects you. It makes you aware of your breath, your heartbeat, your muscles, your posture, and your energy. This awareness helps you understand what your body needs, especially at night. You begin to recognize when you are tired, when you are stressed, when you need rest, and when you need movement. This connection makes it easier to fall asleep because you learn to listen to your body instead of fighting it. Over time, light exercise becomes not just a habit but a lifestyle. It becomes the quiet thread that weaves through your day, guiding your energy, calming your mind, and preparing you for peaceful rest. You begin to feel lighter both physically and emotionally. You wake with more energy. You move with more confidence. Your nights grow deeper, longer, and more restorative. Movement becomes the bridge between stress and peace, between tension and relaxation, between restless nights and gentle sleep. Simple nighttime habits have a powerful ability to transform the way your mind and body respond to the quiet hours of the evening. When you dim the lights, sip warm tea, or slow your breathing, you are doing far more than creating a cozy atmosphere. You are sending messages to your brain, gentle signals that the day is ending, that the body can let go, and that the mind does not need to stay on high alert anymore. These small rituals may seem simple, but for older adults who often struggle with nighttime restlessness, they become the anchors that help shift the body from a state of stress into a state of calm relaxation. The beauty lies in their simplicity. They require no special equipment, no complicated instructions, and no major lifestyle changes. They simply invite the body to soften and prepare for sleep in the most natural way possible. Imagine walking into your bedroom in the evening and gradually turning down the lights. The brightness of the day fades, and the soft, warm glow of dim lighting creates an environment that naturally soothes the eyes and quiets the mind. Bright artificial light sends signals to the brain to stay awake, telling the body to produce less melatonin, the hormone that helps you fall asleep. But lowered light has the opposite effect. It tells your brain that nighttime has arrived and that it's time to wind down. This gentle transition mirrors the natural rhythms of sunset, something older adults often remember from years when life moved at a slower pace and technology didn't dominate evenings. Dim lighting helps reconnect you to those natural rhythms, helping your inner clock reset itself. Over time, your body begins to associate dim lights with rest, relaxation, and calmness, making it easier to fall asleep and stay asleep. A warm cup of tea adds another layer of comfort to your nighttime ritual. The warmth of the cup in your hands, the steam rising softly, and the gentle aroma create an experience that encourages the nervous system to settle. Herbal teas like chamomile, lavender, peppermint, or valerian root have been used for centuries to relax the body, but the true magic comes from the simple act of sipping something warm. Warmth naturally relaxes the muscles and encourages deeper breathing. It slows your heart rate, relaxes your chest, and tells your brain that it is safe to release the tension built up throughout the day. For older adults who may carry stress in their joints, shoulders, or chest, this warmth can feel like a soft blanket wrapping around the inside of the body. It is not the tea alone that calms you. It is the experience of taking slow, mindful sips, giving your body permission to exhale after a long day. Slow breathing is perhaps the most powerful yet underestimated nighttime habit. When you breathe slowly, deeply, and intentionally, your entire nervous system shifts. Many people go through their entire day breathing shallowly without realizing it. Shallow breathing keeps the body in a state of alertness, signaling stress to the brain even when nothing dangerous is happening. But slow breathing interrupts this pattern. When you inhale gently and exhale even more slowly, your body activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the part that promotes rest, recovery, and relaxation. This shift is immediate and profound. Your heart rate decreases, your blood pressure lowers, your muscles soften, and your mind begins to quiet itself. For older adults who often wake up with racing thoughts or find their minds too active at night, slow breathing becomes a tool that brings instant calm. Even just a few minutes of slow breathing can prepare the mind for sleep. You can do it while sitting on your bed, walking through your home in dim lighting, or sipping your warm tea. Over time, your body learns this pattern and begins to anticipate rest. When you start breathing more slowly, it becomes a signal, a message that the stressful part of the day has ended and the peaceful part has begun. These nighttime habits create a chain reaction inside the body. When you dim the lights, your eyes relax. When your eyes relax, your brain stops receiving signals to stay alert. When your brain relaxes, your heart rate slows. When your heart rate slows, your muscles unclench. And when your muscles release tension, your breath deepens. One simple choice begins to support all the others. This is why consistent nighttime rituals are so powerful. They create a rhythm of rest that your body begins to follow naturally. Older adults often face sleep challenges because the body's internal rhythms change with age. Hormone levels shift, melatonin production decreases, and the mind may become more active at night than it once was. But these small nighttime habits work with your body's natural tendencies instead of against them. They don't force sleep, they encourage it. They quiet the environment, slow the senses, and guide the mind gently towards stillness. Think about how many years your body has worked for you, moving, thinking, healing, managing stress, and supporting you through every season of life. Your body deserves softness in the evening. It deserves moments of care and rituals that let it unwind. When you intentionally create a peaceful atmosphere, you honor the work your body has done. Your room becomes a safe place where your mind can release the day's concerns. Your breath becomes a bridge between wakefulness and rest. Your warm tea becomes a comforting companion, inviting you to slow down. These habits become a form of self-respect, reminding you that rest is not a luxury but a necessity. Even the act of preparing for these nighttime habits creates calm. Turning off bright lamps, preparing a warm beverage, or standing still for a few quiet breaths sends a clear message to your brain that the pace of the day is changing. Routines give the mind stability, and stability reduces stress. When your mind knows what to expect, it relaxes more easily. This is why older adults who often appreciate familiar routines benefit deeply from nighttime rituals. They create predictability, and predictability brings peace. Over time, these habits become more than actions. They become experiences your body looks forward to. Your nights begin to feel softer. Your thoughts slow more easily. Your breath becomes deeper without effort. You begin to find comfort in the simple things, the dim glow of a lamp, the warmth of a cup, the quiet sound of your own breath. Your sleep deepens not because you force it, but because you nurture it gently. Each night becomes a chance to unwind, restore, and reconnect with the quiet within yourself. And in that quiet, rest becomes not just possible, but natural. A positive mindset and self-compassion help reduce nighttime stress, reminding older adults that healing and restful sleep are always possible. And this mindset becomes a quiet but powerful anchor during the moments when the mind feels unsettled. As people grow older, they often carry years of memories, responsibilities, regrets, and concerns that quietly surface when the world gets quiet at night, making the mind replay old worries or imagine new ones. But cultivating a positive attitude toward yourself, your journey, and your sleep can soften the internal tension that keeps the body alert. Instead of seeing nighttime awakenings as a threat, a failure, or a sign that something is wrong, self-compassion encourages a new way of responding. One that says it's okay, the body is simply communicating, and peace is still within reach. This shift alone can dramatically lower the stress response because the brain listens to the story you tell yourself, and if the story is gentle and reassuring, the body follows with calmer rhythms. Older adults often feel pressured to sleep perfectly through the night, but releasing that expectation and understanding that occasional awakenings are natural brings immediate emotional relief. A positive mindset allows you to greet wakefulness with patience rather than panic. When you wake up at 2 or 3 a.m., it can feel like your thoughts become louder, and that can trigger cortisol spikes that make returning to sleep harder. But self-compassion steps in with a different message. It's all right. I'm safe. My body knows how to rest. This soft approach prevents your internal dialogue from spiraling into fear or frustration, and that alone can make a surprisingly big difference in how quickly you fall back asleep. When you treat yourself with understanding instead of criticism, you change the entire sleep environment inside your mind. Instead of activating stress hormones, you create a space where relaxation becomes possible again. A positive mindset also means acknowledging the progress you're making, even if it feels small. Some nights will be smoother, others more restless, but each night teaches your body something new about how to settle into rest. Older adults who practice gratitude, mindfulness, or positive self-talk throughout the day tend to experience lower evening stress levels, which then makes nighttime awakenings less overwhelming. Simple practices like appreciating the comfort of your bed, being thankful for moments of peace, or reminding yourself that each breath is a step toward calm help shift the brain away from negativity and toward healing. These gentle mental habits create a layer of emotional cushioning that makes the night feel less intimidating. When the mind feels safe, the nervous system relaxes, and sleep naturally becomes easier. Self-compassion is especially important because many older adults blame themselves for not sleeping well, thinking they are somehow doing something wrong or losing control of their health. But the body changes with age, and sleep patterns shift too. Instead of fighting these changes, embracing them with kindness helps the body feel understood rather than pressured. When you remind yourself that you're doing your best, you lower the emotional load your brain carries into the night. A compassionate mindset tells you that it's okay to slow down, to rest, to breathe, and to not have every answer at once. This emotional gentleness helps lower cortisol because stress hormones thrive in environments where self-criticism is strong, but they soften when self-acceptance grows. Another powerful part of maintaining a positive mindset is learning how to redirect your thoughts when they start to spiral. It's easy to fall into what if thinking during the quiet hours of the night. What if I can't fall back asleep? What if something is wrong? What if tomorrow is ruined? These thoughts activate the body's stress response almost instantly. But with practice, you can respond to these thoughts with grounded, calm reminders. My body has slept before, and it will sleep again, or this moment will pass, or I don't need to force sleep. I just need to stay calm. These gentle reassurances act like soothing signals to your brain, telling it that the danger it's reacting to isn't real. Slowly, your breathing deepens, your muscles release tension, and the mind loosens its grip. This is how positive thinking works, not by ignoring reality, but by guiding the brain back towards safety. Self-compassion also means giving yourself permission to rest during the day if needed, without guilt or self-judgment. Many older adults feel frustrated when a night of poor sleep affects their energy the next morning, but allowing yourself to recharge with intentional rest removes additional pressure. This creates a healthier cycle. Less stress during the day leads to less stress at night, which leads to better sleep overall. A gentle mindset supports your body throughout the entire 24-hour rhythm, not just during nighttime. A positive approach to sleep also involves embracing small rituals that make you feel good emotionally. These might be simple evening reflections, a warm cup of herbal tea before bed, a short session of calming music, or a moment of prayer or gratitude that lifts your mood. When you associate bedtime with emotional comfort, your brain begins to anticipate relaxation rather than stress, lowering nighttime anxiety and improving sleep quality. These little moments of self-care reinforce the belief that you deserve peace, you deserve rest, and you're allowed to slow down. For many older adults, the nighttime is when loneliness, grief, or old memories surface. A positive mindset doesn't ignore these feelings. It allows space for them without letting them take over. Self-compassion reminds you that it's okay to feel, to remember, to process, and to heal. This emotional openness creates inner calm that supports deeper rest. When your heart feels lighter, your mind doesn't fight the night anymore. Instead, you learn to move through nighttime awakenings with greater strength and resilience. Eventually, this combination of positivity and self-kindness becomes a habit. Nighttime no longer feels like a battle. You begin to trust your body more, to trust the quiet more, and to trust yourself more. Sleep becomes something you welcome instead of chase. Peace becomes something you allow instead of force. Over time, this emotional and mental shift transforms the way your body responds to stress and reshapes the quality of your nights. So as the night grows quiet and the world slows down, remember that every moment you spend caring for yourself, every calm breath, every gentle thought, every bit of compassion you offer your own heart, brings you closer to the deep rest your body is designed for. You are not fighting against the night, you are learning to flow with it. You are not losing sleep. You are discovering new ways to reclaim peace. With a positive mindset, a forgiving heart, and the understanding that healing continues at every age, you give your body permission to relax, reset, and restore. Tonight, and every night that follows, remind yourself that you are safe, you are capable, and you are worthy of rest. Let go of the pressure, soften the worries, and allow your mind to guide you back toward calm. Sleep will come gently, naturally, and in its own perfect rhythm because your body remembers how to rest, and now your mind does too. Close your eyes with trust, breathe with ease, and know that tomorrow will greet you with strength, clarity, and renewed energy. Your journey toward peaceful sleep has already begun, and the best part is you are not alone. You are supported by your own patience, kindness, and inner resilience every step of the way.